Good evening, everybody. All right, can everybody hear me? Oh, man. Can everybody hear me? Cheers. Check 1, 2. Check. Let's get myself situated properly. All right. How is everybody doing? Let's see. I don't really like that mic angle. Let me literally move my let me move my camera. This is disastrous. Oh, you guys are about to get dizzy. Hang on. I can't see it. I'm sure it's really dark for you guys too. All right, 1 second, y'all. You're all probably like, what the hell's going on? Whoa, now we're overblown. All right, let's see. Let's have some fun tonight, guys. It's just me tonight. It's just me tonight. All y'all got is me. I hope that's enough. I'm gonna assume it is. Most of you guys like me. There we go. All right. Let's see what's going on. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is your old pal CHH. Hopefully the picture's good. So here's the deal. I have an OLED, an OLED monitor in here now. So the image is darker and everything is more deeper. So what I see is not necessarily what you guys see. So if I'm a little overblown right now, let me know. If I look good, I'm not going to adjust my settings on my webcam. If I look good, I'll leave it alone. But if I look overblown, I'll take it out a little bit. So you guys let me know because, like I said, my monitor isn't really honest because it makes everything richer and deeper in the black levels. All right. So, again, all these shows are ad-free live, so super chats are appreciated. Nobody has to feel obligated, but I genuinely appreciate them. With 140 people in here, 143, I would love if you guys drop some likes. BK Movies and Games 2, we all lost 2 good rounds for Mike and then a slog. I agree. Yeah, it's kind of a shame, man. I mean, I knew Jake was gonna win in my pit. I was like, oh, Jake's gonna win. But I said to myself after the first round, I was like, poor Mike, he's out of gas. I mean, you just can't mess with Father Time. Father Time is a tough one, man. But I mean, the women's fight before that, I don't know how you guys feel. I thought that women's fight was just fucking incredible. They beat the shit out of each other. I forgot those girls' names, but man, they were, I mean, just killing each other. It was awesome. Mr. Deadlights for the $5 super chat. What's going on, man? Hey, brother, I can't wait for the next pod episode. Also, what's your go-to order at Taco Bell? I have a couple. I'll tell you what one of my favorite thing was at Taco Bell. They don't have these anymore. There was, well, I say they don't have these. Maybe they bring it back every now and again. I'm not sure. There was this. It was called a cheesy potato burrito. It was like a big ass burrito with beef, little diced potatoes, and cheese. I might have added beef. I don't know if they had that, and I think they had it had like guac in there too, but I didn't like guac, so I never did that. But it was fantastic. I loved it so much. I used to get that. I love steak quesadillas. Steak quesadillas is always a go-to, and I'll get like 6 crunchy tacos. If I'm hungry, I'll eat like 6 crunchy tacos. No problem. I'll just trash them. I need to try that is it a gelato? There's like a Baja Blast something gelato. I need to get that. That I need to get. Mike would have ripped Jake's head off back in the day. I mean, dude, What's interesting, first of all, did y'all see that clip where Mike is being interviewed in the back and like somebody's asking him, is like, Tyson, how do you feel about the people, talking blah 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 mess to you? And he's like, it's whatever, it's nothing, it's time to fight. Talking, it's whatever. And the guy's like, all right, thanks. They hug and kiss, then they turn around and you see Mike's ass. You just see Mike's ass the whole time. Oh man, that killed me. I think it's all. Let me show y'all. Somebody sent me this. It was so funny. I don't know if I can find it now. Oh god, I might not have saved it. Son of a bitch. No, I'm not gonna be able to find it now. Oh well. But it was a picture of Mike Tyson with his jockstrap on and his ass, and it had browsers above it. So it made me laugh. Go to bed, Mike, if you're trying to count sheep and you can't stay up, dude. No, I'm just kidding. uh That was Mike's son? No way. Akeem, what's up, dude? I saw you you were at the press. You were at the weigh-in. I saw you yesterday at the weigh-in, dude. That was cool. Were you at the show tonight, Akeem? Were you there tonight or were you watching at the house? Oh man. Sweep the leg. Aaron, what's up, dude? Christian and I would never what? I feel like people sleep like this. Oh, I gotta give him the super chat clip.
I feel like people sleep.
Yeah, sorry. I can't keep up with the comments tonight, Irish, and I apologize. Mike was biting his glove a lot. He said he has a biting problem. You know what's funny? Like, I never watched the post-fight thing, but did he say, remember that one time where he's like, I broke my back. My back is broken. Oh, you were there, dude. Shit, that's awesome. How big? Where were they? Was it in Texas? Yeah, I see you guys saying the same thing, man. I was like about to throw my remote at the TV. And what scares me is Netflix is going to be doing WWE Raw starting in January. And I mean, listen, if it was a server thing, I can't say that. I can't say that they're going to have the same issue because I think that it was like I saw like Drama Alert got a thing. I don't know if it was true or not, but they said something like close to 300 million people were watching Netflix tonight. And I'm like, gee, I don't know if that's true. That sounds insane. But I don't think they'll have that much problems at Raw, but I hope not. God, Mike, you were in a salty mood tonight, dude. This stream is already more exciting than the fight, Christian. Well, I guess I don't have that much to compete with. No, everybody sounds like disappointed. So, did they set what up for WrestleMania? I agree. If Tyson would have gotten knocked out, it really was a lose-lose situation. Like Jake at this point, like this is like there's no doubt in my mind. I don't even want to know the amount of money. By the way, we have right under 200 people in here. If you guys want to drop a like, that'd be great. If he would have knocked out Mike Tyson, it's a lose-lose. Like nobody's going to be impressed that you knocked out a 58-year-old man. But the amount of money those two guys made tonight is probably enough money to where if I made that money, literally I'd never get off my couch again. I'd have no reason to. But if he wants to be taken seriously as a boxer at this point, like now he's going to have to fight actual contenders and guys that are like, I'm assuming Jake's a heavyweight. I'm not sure. But at this point, the gimmickry is over. I don't think there's anybody else that's a gimmick that he could fight. His brother Logan did Mayweather, and that was a shit show too. I think Floyd won, but still, it was the same thing. It was dancing and, that kind of shit. So at this point, it's like now's the time. If he wants to be taken seriously, he's gonna have to just fight, fight actual, contenders and fighters at this point. He can't do the shenanigans anymore. If he wants to be a champion. Then again, if he has no desire to be taken seriously and he's just worried about making money, then the joke's on us. I'll be honest with you. Second best boxing game since Punch-Out is number one? Dude, that's a great question. I don't know. I haven't played a whole lot of boxing games. I have played the Punch-Out game that was going to be the sequel to Punch-Out on NES. It was called like Power Punch or something. And it looks like Mike Tyson, but if you guys remember, he had gotten Mike had gotten in trouble, and they had pulled him off the first time. I think they just didn't renegotiate when they re-released Punch-Out, right? And then they had Mr. Dream on the cartridge, but then there was going to be a Power Punch, like a outer space game with Mike Tyson, and they had to strip Mike Tyson of the game. That was an okay game. But Super Punch-Out was pretty good for Super Nintendo. I have that. Super Punch-Out's not bad. Super Punch-Out I liked. No, absolutely not. Trash. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm way behind on comments. Katie fought. We're going to talk about some physical media tonight, guys. I got stuff I want to talk to y'all about. Katie Taylor fought dirty. She didn't deserve the win. Her cheap move is leading her head, shoulders, and grappling. They should. Yeah, there was a lot of headbutting in that. It was an entertaining match. That I will say. But was it fair? Like I did see some of that headbutting. There's no doubt about it. I'll be honest with you, Nick. That dude probably weighs more than both of us combined. He'd probably beat the shit out of both of us. I'm not a huge Jake Paul fan, but he would probably beat the shit out of both of us. Mountain Veteran with a $10 super chat. Have you heard of it would be fun to see your tall, skinny ass try to teabag him, though. Have you heard of the Power Punch game versus a frog in love? Oh, Jesus. Mountain Veteran with his weird super chats that I can never understand. Have you heard of the Punch-Out game versus a frog in Loveland? Oh, you're referencing Frogman, the movie. Let me give you your clip.
I feel like people sleep.
Thank you, Mountain Veteran. I appreciate that. If it was a 2-on-1 boxing match, there may be a chance me and Nick could win, but I doubt it. He'd probably fuck us up. We'd have to have a third person with us. Like, I'm not jaded to think I would beat that guy up. That's what I'm saying. It's a money game, guys. Like, yeah. If Jake doesn't care, if he legitimately doesn't care about being taken seriously, then like I said, the joke's really on us. Because we were all watching tonight. The Netflix servers were working like dogs, and then it just would stop working. It was a train wreck. We just witnessed the ending of Rocky 2006 in real life. And what's funny, Akeem, is I think Stallone was about 59 when he made Rocky. So you're not far off on that, dude. You really aren't. So let me ask you guys, let me ask everybody here a question tonight. Again, guys, we have 205 people. Drop a like if you don't mind. You're all saying this was a con job. This was rigged. Do you really think it was rigged? Or do you, I mean, genuinely, give me a 1 in the chat if you actually think that main event was rigged, or you're just really bummed out that it wasn't a good fight and it looked like shit and you're just annoyed. Give me a 2 if you feel that way. Give me a 1 if you legitimately think this was a rigged fight. And a 2 if you're just saying that because you're just pissed off because it sucked. I want to know, because you guys, I can't tell if y'all are serious if you really think it was rigged. Let me know. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the comments because I'm so far back. One, okay, so there are twos. There are twos, and some people still legitimately think it's rigged. Two, Mike's just old. One-ish, won't commit. Wow, you guys, like, I don't know how you really fake a boxing match. I mean, like, there's too many variables. So D says Jake held back. Let me pull this comment. Is it that, or do you think he was genuinely frightened that he was in the ring with Mike Tyson? I genuinely think everybody's just disappointed, and they wanted a more explosive fight. That's what I think. I think people are just disappointed. I don't know how you genuinely can rig a boxing match without it looking extremely blatantly obvious, because that means you have to choreograph something. Okay, y'all are saying Jake held back. So, not sure what to think, just disappointed. That's another thing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. They're flying in. All the talk leading up to the fight led to big disappointment. So, I don't know. I gotta be honest. Like, yeah, I was bummed out too. I was bummed out too. I did think Jake was gonna win it, but I would have been happy if we would have had a knockout. There's no doubt in my mind. Horror Orman with the $2 super chat. Not a Tyson fan. He did prison for what? J1. I was just talking about this year. I forgot where, but I was just talking about this yesterday. I was like, it is kind of funny. Like, he did his time. Tyson did his time, but like, what did he go to prison for? But Jake's the bad guy? Like, what? But then again, like, both of those, it's entertainment, but I get it,
I feel like people sleep.
Is that the sentiment for tonight? Because everybody's just saying in the chat tonight, like, stop being asleep, stop being a sheep. You're all being sheep. Are we all asleep, guys? Are we all asleep? Is that it? I guess, thank you so much, Matt Veteran. I guess Christian never heard of the Montreal screw job. No, dude, that was a legitimate screw job. That wasn't fixed. If you want to get technical, they screwed Bret Hart. They screwed him. Now, I can't go off on a tangent on this because I will literally turn away 200 people in this chat tonight if I talk about this at length. Bret did the right thing, in my opinion. Shawn Michaels was a prick. He told him to his face, I'm not putting you over. People want to harp and say, oh, we said he want to lose in Canada. Well, he did say that, but the whole thing was Shawn was a prick who said, fuck you, I won't put you over, even though you're telling me you would do it for me. I don't like you. I would have done exactly what Bret did. They screwed Bret. They screwed him, and Bret has never changed his story after all these years. Bret is my hero. I have three people that we're going to move on because I'm already dropping people from talking about this. I have three heroes in my life. Alice Cooper is one. My second hero is Bret Hart is the other one. And I have a third one, but I'm blanking on him right now. But Bret Hart's Bret Hart is one of my heroes. I will always defend Bret Hart. He's a man of integrity. He's a good man. Bret never pulls his punches. He tells it like it is. Even when he sounds like a whiny bitch, he's still telling it like it is. So Bret's my guy. I'm always gonna have Bret's back. All right, let's move on. No more wrestling. Let me scroll up through the chat a little bit. So there is a lot of you guys that genuinely think that this was a rigged fight. That's interesting. I'll meet you guys halfway. What do I think? I think one guy was 58 years old and the other guy was probably nervous as shit because looking at Mike Tyson is scary because he's not really all there. If you want to be real, like Mike is not, he doesn't look like he's all there. He just looks like he's a killer. Like he could do he looks like a killer. So, but if is there a chance? I tell you what, I will rewatch this fight in a week or so, and I will update you guys on how I actually feel about this. Oh, thank you, Stallone. Of course, thank you. I don't know why I was blanking on it, guys. I got my Jason Lives tombstone tattoo. It actually hurt like a bitch, to be honest with you. Sly, Sylvester Stallone is my third hero. Absolutely, without question. One of my, one of my favorite people on planet Earth. Stallone is a made man. Nobody gave him a chance. He broke the door down into Hollywood. He's the greatest of all time. Thank you so much.
I feel like people sleep.
That seems to be the notion of tonight. Is I feel like people sleep. Sorry guys, like I said, the chat's moving fast tonight, so I'm doing my best. If you don't nobody feel the need to super chat, but if you do, obviously I can separate that and I'll see that and I'll get to that as fast as I can. But other than that, I do apologize if I skip you. Hear me out, Christian. How about Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor? I definitely think Conor would. If Conor actually got in a boxing ring with Jake Paul, now that Conor has had some legitimate experience in the boxing ring and has trained to be a boxer, God is my witness, I think Conor McGregor would literally put Jake Paul to sleep. Literally, I think Conor McGregor would literally put him on Elm Street. God is my witness. I really think that would be the case. I think, and I'm not a huge. I like Conor. I'm not a real big, huge fan of him. I followed his career just through osmosis of social media a little bit. Of obviously seeing all his clips and seeing all his, because you got to remember, I was a UFC guy. I got into UFC about 2008, and then I stopped watching about 12ish. And I don't know where Conor really took off during that time. But I got into. Here's the thing. I got into UFC because of Brock Lesnar. When Brock Lesnar debuted against Frank Mir, me and my brother bought the fight. I didn't really know what UFC was. I did know what it was because I used to remember seeing the VHS tapes at Blockbuster of those old pay-per-views. But I watched UFC heavily for a couple of years because Brock Lesnar got me in. And then became a really big fan of Randy Couture and obviously Brock Lesnar. And I ended up becoming a Frank Mir fan. I liked Frank Mir. And I also loved Ken Shamrock because of wrestling. So I went back and watched a lot of old Ken Shamrock fights when it was like dog fighting in UFC, where they literally just put two dudes in there, bare knuckle, the old UFC. I mean, watching guys go in there, steroided out, literally you would take Royce Gracie, this 150-pound dude, put him in the ring with this 300-pound guy. Royce would get behind him, turn their hands into a pretzel, and do this thing called a crucifix where their arms are tied behind their back, and Royce can just elbow him in the head like that, like crazy shit like that. That was that I watched a lot of that kind of stuff. So after Lesnar kind of stopped, I stopped watching because I like the sport, but I got pretty burnt out on it. So I never watched a whole lot of McGregor, but I think he would drop. I think he would drop Jake Paul if they got in a boxing ring. Thank you so much, Mr. Deadlights, for $5 super chat. Thanks for coming on. Did you see that Idle Hands is getting a remake with the kids from Stranger Things? Yeah, I think that's just ridiculous. We're remaking Idle Hands. I like the kids from the Stranger Things. It's not a knock on them. It has nothing to do with the people involved. But I'm just like, really? Like, those kids are a name. They don't need to take old properties to put themselves in to garner more attention. Saying that one of the kids from Stranger Things is doing a movie, to me, is like, that's the selling point. I see no reason why we're remaking Idle Hands. None whatsoever. So if I always say, if I watch it and it's good, I'll be the first one to tell you. But am I excited about that? Fuck no. Like, what are we talking about? Like, seriously? Idle Hands? I know enough. I know more people that probably haven't seen Idle Hands than have, but we're remaking it. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I appreciate the super chat though.
I feel like people sleep.
Big K says, my three heroes are my Gramps, Eastwood, and Stallone. Dude, fantastic. Eastwood's still working, right? Isn't he still, he's still directing. Akeem, have you ever, if you're in here, Akeem, have you ever worked with Eastwood? Let me know. Let me know if you've ever actually worked with, let me know if anybody, if you've worked with Eastwood. I'd be interested to know that. That's true. All right, Bryden, I'll meet you halfway. Nobody is, but the point is, it it feels just creatively bankrupt. That's why. It just feels so creatively bankrupt to me, and it's just like eye rolling. And if you are somebody that goes out of your way and is like, no, no, I'm gonna go on Shutter and I'm gonna check out In a Violent Nature. I'm gonna go on Shutter and I'm gonna watch this or that, or I'm gonna check these movies out. I'm gonna watch the Substance, and I'm gonna watch this. And you're somebody that, you know, tries your best to support everything. When you see the stuff that I find just creatively bankrupt, it's eye rolling. That's what I'm getting at. But like I said, dude, listen, if it's good, I'm not going to go to a theater and see that. But if it's good, I'll tell you it's good. I'll tell you it's good. I have no problem admitting that. All right, let's scroll up through the comments. So Akeem actually is coming to defense of Jake Paul here, which is interesting. Jake, basically, Akeem's saying like he's going through the steps to be a real boxer, but he's trying to fight real boxers, but they turn him down. Well, Akeem, that's interesting because wouldn't you think at this point, whoever decides to fight Jake would have a good payday? I mean, you tell me. There you go. People are saying this is like Rocky Balboa. Forrest Griffin, man. Oh, I remember Forrest Griffin. I remember that fight where he was fighting Anderson Silva and he got beat so bad. You remember Forrest actually didn't wait to have the hand, like where they hold the hands and they raise one. Forrest ran out the building. That was crazy shit. And I actually think JG is right here. He says they do remakes to have an existing property and make money on both the title. Yeah. And here's the thing about that. I'll notice that, man. Like a lot of times when you see these remakes come out, my lips are chapped. I apologize, guys. You'll see not only like the physical media of like the Crow come out when the remake happens, which happens, but then you'll see the Crow t-shirts and Crow merchandise pop up. And it's like a way to the familiarities brought back on the title. Like I understand that, but then again, that's the Crow. This is Idle Hands. You know, I don't know. It is odd to me. I can't help it. I have all black and gray tattoos. You're gonna get any color? I wonder. So I think everything on this arm is black and white. Everything on that arm's black and white. And then I think I decided to stick with black and white. I have purple O's for Cooper. And the only color tattoo I have is right there, my Blue Oyster Cult. And it's kind of like a two-tone from like a green to a dark green to like a little bit of black. So I don't know. My wife has all. Here's the thing, guys. I'm really not a tattoo guy. I was never a tattoo guy. I was never somebody that wanted to be a tattoo person. The problem is my wife just started getting covered in them, and then I felt like, maybe I should have them, which is a stupid thing to say, but I felt like that a little bit. And what happened was I got one, and then I was like, oh, I like it, so I guess I'll get some more. But then I was terrified to get these. The like, I call them job killers. But everybody tells me, Christian, everybody's got tattoos nowadays. It doesn't matter. So, but I'm old school. Like I was brought up to where my parents were like, no tattoos, don't get tattoos, don't get them, don't get them. You can't get a tattoo. It's gonna mess you up with a job. So, but I don't think that's true anymore. Plus, I like my job. I'm a blue collar guy. I'm not going anywhere. So, oh, you worked with his son. That's awesome, dude. Jake made $40 million. What the fuck? 40 million? That's insane. The joke's on us, guys. When the hell are we getting the Texas Chainsaw at the beginning on 4K? Dude, I don't know. I don't know. There was a rumor way earlier this year that '03 was going to come out in 4K. It never heard anything about it. Thank you, man. I like it too. Yeah, that Return of the Living Dead tattoo is awesome. I love it. This is part 2, and I think I might get Melinda Clark right here. I don't know. See, so this is the last thing I'll add about this. Let me ask you guys this. And I agree. If Jake fought through amateur ranks and transitioned to pro, he would be taken more seriously. I don't think anybody would argue that, but I don't think I really don't think that's his game. I think his game is the money game. I mean, that's what I think he's actually doing. The problem is he can't expect to, if his complaint, I haven't listened to any interviews with him. If his complaint that is that he wants to be taken seriously, well, he needs to know better. But if it's just the money game, then, then it is what it is. Jessica Alba. I feel you, brother. We were talking about that yesterday, about the thing from another world. It's funny. I hear people call it the thing from outer space. I'm like, it's the thing from another world. Great movie. I love the original. See, now you're making me feel like a dumbass. My wife is covered and I have none. See, my wife, she's got tattoos like on her arms, on her thighs and legs. The whole thing. She's like but she has colors. Sydney is like, I don't know if there's a term for what Sydney is. It's kind of like, is there a term for like kind of like a goth style, but it's not black, it's colors. Like Sydney likes to color her hair red or do her hair colors, and she'll get tattoos, but they're all colored. She'll get orange tattoos, colored in tattoos. She'll have some black and white tattoos. It's like a goth style, but it's like the reverse of it in terms of like colors. Is there a name for that? Is that a what do you call that? I guess is what I'm asking. I thought the same thing, Phantasmat. Then finally I just did it and I realized, okay, nothing's happened yet. I'm not going to get anything on the face. Physical media release of the year is Big Trouble in Little China. No, it's not. The physical media release of the year is The Blair Witch. Guys, listen, I just did a review on The Blair Witch, and I'm begging you guys, don't sleep on that. I just did that review, and I go over everything with that release. The reason that release is the best release is not only do they have new cuts of the movie, the festival cut and the festival cut and the theater exhibition cut, but they restored the footage. They restored the high 8 stuff, and they restored the 16mm camera footage. It all looks great. It is a better viewing. It's a new and better viewing experience. And not only that, the documentary and everything included. That release, I think what I called it in the review is, it is an encyclopedia for the movie. You will learn everything you can about the Blair Witch. So that is the release of the year. And it's not because of how pretty it is or how thick the box is. I understand that that's important, and it's important to me too. Don't get me wrong, but that's one criteria. This thing checked every box. One of the most important things when I get a physical media release, especially an older one, I say to myself, okay, does this release offer me something new from previous releases, and will I be able to see something new on this release from a movie that I already owned previously? Blair Witch checked every single box. Every single box. It's literally a release that, unless I can't imagine anybody that wouldn't benefit as a viewer owning that release. The Blair Witch is in fact the release of the year. 1000%. Don, I sounded just like that, man. I remember before I had any, I was just like that. I'm not saying you're going to change your mind, but I've actually become friendly with my tattoo artist, Hunter. He's a really awesome dude, and I enjoy going to see him and, getting work done with him. But yeah, it's not, tattoos aren't cheap, but at the same time, it is something that lasts forever, if that means anything. But don't ever feel obligated, dude. I enjoy my tattoos now, but I hear you, dude. You don't, and don't let anybody make you feel bad if you don't have any, if you don't want any. I filmed a video about that, Aaron. I haven't posted it yet, but patrons can see it. I did a video about that. Like I said, Irish Knight, I just answered that. I'm behind on comments, so I'm moving as fast as I can. Colored goth. There you go. Punk rock style. Pastel goth. I don't know. Zebra stripes gum goth. Words can't describe how excited I am for Demolition Man. Words cannot describe. I'm literally at the edge of my seat for Demolition Man. I'm gonna get Taco Bell and Domino. No, I'm gonna get Taco Bell and Pizza Hut the night of that, so I can watch it. I can't wait. Oh, Nico, I don't know if you're new to my channel. If you are, welcome. But if not, make sure when you see me upload videos called Physical Media News, man, I cover everything that comes out. Like tomorrow's video, as a matter of fact, guys, tomorrow's video is going to be covering all the stuff that's been announced from Severin, Vinegar Syndrome, getting ready for the Black Friday sale. So be sure notifications are on. That way you guys will see that video tomorrow, because they're doing Hell of a Living Dead on 4K, man. Like, I'm excited for that. So excited. I don't know if I'll ever get a Ghostbusters tattoo. I don't know. Like, I need to get a Freddy tattoo, and I needed a Friday that I have Halloween tattoos. Let me angle my camera down a little bit. So I've got the Halloween tattoos. I've got 1, 6, and then Halloween 2. And then I've got my Return of Living Deads right there. And so I was like, I need a Friday the 13th tattoo. So I got my Jason Lives right there. I almost got CHH Lives, which my buddy Dave actually made me a tombstone with that. I thought about it, but I thought that was a little too vain and silly. So I didn't do that. I went ahead and got Jason Lives. And so what I'm probably going to do is get a Nightmare on Elm Street right here, and then hopefully call it. After that, I'd like to think I would call it and not get any more tattoos. I've got Blair Witch on Laserdisc. I have heard about the new Return of the Living Dead movie, and I guarantee you guys I will watch it immediately whenever I can and review it. Aaron, the second I can, I will review it. I think more than likely Kino will get those, Muzzak. My gut says Kino. I seriously, I think it's going to be Kino. You know what? I was talking about this, and I made the mistake of looking myself up on Reddit, and I saw people were talking about me and kind of giving me shit because I said, "Hey guys, be careful about physical media release stuff coming out soon. Arrow seems to be doing a limited stock with their Friday the 13th and this and that, and you have to kind of be on." And people are like, "Christian, know what he's talking about." And the same thing happened with Trick or Treat. They're gone. The good news is they are going to restock it, but it's going to be limited. It's not going to be that release. It's going to be basically just a standard release. Mr. Deadlights, repeat your question on Abomination. Oh, let me look for it. Let me scroll up and look for it. I don't know where it's at, man. I lost it. Man. I'm sorry. Oh, dude, I can't wait for Hell of a Living Dead on 4K. I love Hell of a Living Dead. But, hey, no, Dave, I totally understand. I totally understand. RoboCop is a fucking masterpiece, man. I love RoboCop. It's a big negative on that, Big Crack Rock. I'm not doing that. I think I am going to grab Hardware. I'm going to discuss it on my video tomorrow, and I'm thinking about it because that's a movie I really like. Out of print on Blu-ray in America. Severin had it, and I believe Code Red had it at one point. Mega limited. The DVD's available, but that's it. You know, Akeem, I think I am. There's part of me that's just like, but I think about it like this, man. Like, I bought on April Fool's Day a long time ago. So time is money. And I feel like I've gotten my money's worth out of the Blu-ray from Scream Factory. So I think I'm ready to upgrade April Fool's Day. You know, I remember Pizzile interviewed somebody involved with the movie and said that they actually filmed the ending where there was a killer. But that footage seems to be AWOL and they can't find it, which is a bummer. But I think I'm ready, man. Yeah, I should not have looked myself up. Some people said nice things about me on Reddit, but other people said I was a dumbass. I don't know what I'm talking about. That sort of stuff. So don't ever look yourself up on Reddit, people. Simple Man, very nice. Eli, I haven't talked about this, but I pre-ordered In a Violent Nature from Amazon, never shipped, delayed. I pre-ordered Oddity from Amazon. I got a bootleg sent to me. I should have grabbed it, showed you. It's a literal bootleg Blu-ray R with a shitty sticker cover over the Blu-ray that you could literally peel off. I was pissed. So I'm going to return it. I got to bring it to the damn UPS store. And I bought it off Walmart. And finally, I got an actual copy, but it didn't even come with the slip, which isn't a big deal. But at the same time, getting it new, it's just like I kind of expect it. So that was a pain in my ass. Sydney was playing that game a lot. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed watching her play it. Oh, The Abomination. That was the are you talking about the SOV movie? Let me know if you're talking about that, I think the gore is good, but I mean, yeah, it's an SOV movie. If we're talking about the same movie. Nobody is more excited for TMNT than me on 4K. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Oh, guys, check this out. I got to show you all this. So on the couch in here, I've got My Pet Monster, Alf, and the Noid. And I wanted to add one more family member. It's Baby Sinclair. It's Baby Sinclair from Dinosaurs. Somebody get a screenshot of Baby Sinclair. Send it to me. Baby Sinclair. Yeah, so Baby Sinclair is the newest family member that goes on the back of the couch. So there you have that. Oh, man. Thank you, $9.99 from Shamrock. Thank you so much. Hey, man, hope you're doing well. Have you seen the TCM2 media book coming out? Debating whether to grab that or get the Vinegar Syndrome edition off eBay. Well, here's what I'll say, Shamrock. I'm assuming you're talking about that German media book, right? Is that coming out from, I forget the name of the company. Obviously, you know the one you're referencing. Here's what I'll say, Shamrock, about the Vinegar Syndrome version, okay? If if you're just worried about the movie looking good and you want a good looking physical media release, that media book is perfect for you. If special features are important to you, because I don't know what that release has, Shamrock, here's what I'll say about the Vinegar Syndrome Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. There's a whole new disc worth of special features from Vinegar Syndrome. So that, for me, is more important. That media book's awesome looking, but if you're saying to yourself, I want a good looking release and I want the movie to look good, go for the media book. If you want special features, because I don't know what's on that media book, and because I doubt Vinegar Syndrome just licensed out all their stuff for that one. Maybe they could have. I don't know. You'd have to go and look that up. I don't know at this moment in time. The Vinegar Syndrome TCM2 was a 10 out of 10 release in my opinion. Now the artwork is not a 10 out of 10. It's okay. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's not bad. But in terms of packing a punch, meat on the bone, the Vinegar Syndrome one's fantastic. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you for your super chat.
I feel like people sleep.
Do you have a fan theory about the window washer from TCM 74? Because I do have some fan theories, but not about that. Like my fan theory is that Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is the real New Nightmare, not New Nightmare. Because for me and Nightmare on Elm Street 2, that's like not even the Freddy that we would see from like the Freddy in part 2 was some sort of extremely devilish evil entity that was breaking out of the rules of the nightmare world to possess Jesse and come into the real world. It was like a demon that was going rogue. That's the way I see that movie. To me, that's the real New Nightmare, is Nightmare on Elm Street 2 in essence, right? But that I don't have a theory about that. I'd have to watch it again, think about it, and sort of formulate some stuff. I don't do a whole lot of fan theories, and I wouldn't even say what I was describing as Nightmare 2 as a fan theory, but that's just the way how I really interpret that. But there you have it. I don't know much about the PS5 Pro. The few gaming channels I watch don't seem to speak too highly of it, though, Aaron. That I will say. A little, Antonis. There's been some stuff that, like, I think Kino announced, like Sea of Love with Al Pacino, which I can't wait for. I need to watch that. I have Thief from is that Kino? I have that. I have that. Well, see, I'm a dumbass. I should have got it from them, Dustin. Well, it wasn't anything extra. If you have Netflix, you could watch it. That's funny. Nothing worth bragging about. Just wanted to give CHH a massive physical media shout out from all of us in the frozen tundra. That is Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Mall of America. Thank you so much, Davey. I appreciate that, dude. Well, it was. You're right. I think the overseas version that I did the video on, Bavensky, was better. I enjoyed that. But in terms of meat on the bone, I'll give him a half of a pass, not a full pass. I'll give him a half of a pass because just the Never Sleep Again documentary that was made, and I'm not talking about the one that covers all the movies, the original Never Sleep Again documentary that was made for Nightmare on Elm Street, which came out on the Infinifilm DVD, is in fact a really good making of, and they cover the movie top to bottom very well in that. It would have been nice to have something new, but then again, I don't know what else I could have heard from Robert at this point in terms of features. In terms of 4K, I thought it was a really good 4K, not 4K of the year, but I won't say you're wrong. I won't say that you're wrong. It was mediocre. It's definitely not best of the year. And I don't think it's even top 5 Bavinsky. If I really, which I'll do a video this year of top 5. I'm going to do top 5 physical media releases and top 5 horror physical media releases. But I don't even think, I don't think it would be in my top 5. He is. I didn't pay anything for him Saturn Video. It was a gift. I'm very lucky. Very lucky. A dear friend got me that. It did have a depressing ending. I got Terminator 4K, Dustin, watching Terminator tonight. I'm on Graveyards right now, guys. So, and I don't go back to work till Monday night. So, yeah, right. Tonight, after I do this show, I'm going to put on Terminator. Patrons will be able to access that review soon. I'm going to post something else for the weekend because weekend videos don't typically do great because people are out and about. But Monday, Terminator review. Everybody be ready. Can't wait to cover Terminator. You have to say Baby Sinclair? McRib Flintstones. I don't recall Ravenous if I've seen that Beyond the Grave. I've heard of that, but I can't recall seeing that. So I can't give a opinion on it, unfortunately. Agreed. It was a good 4K, but it wasn't, Turbine is awesome, but like Don says, in terms of packing a punch, the Vinegar Syndrome is really good. It's just really good. I have Thief in. I need to watch that. Do I smoke? No, because here's the thing. I work at a union plant. We got purchased. We have a new owner. Right before we got purchased, they said they were no longer going to test for THC. So, I was like, I'd be a casual pot smoker. Just I would do it as a get together thing, I typically don't smoke a whole lot. I'm not in great shape. I'm in passable shape because my diet isn't great, but I run. So I don't actively smoke a whole lot. But I would do it for recreation and just enjoyment and fun. But I don't know. I haven't lately because I don't know what the policy is at work with that. If their policy is that they test for THC, I got to respect that. I won't smoke anything like that. But if they say they're not going to test for it or anything, I'll do it every now and again because my bandmates, they smoke. And they smoke and it's relaxing. When I do smoke, it's very chill and relaxed. My wife has tried the gummy stuff and the brownie stuff, and I tried that once. I got to be honest, did not enjoy that. But yeah, I'm all for it. If I'm all for obviously the legalization of pot everywhere and stuff like that. It comes from the goddamn ground. It's all bullshit. But there you have it. Body Parts is a great movie, Akeem. I'm so glad you brought that up, man. Jeff Fahey. That is a truly underrated movie. Came out at a time where, horror was kind of like, you probably remember better than me, Akeem. That was early 90s, so just kind of got lost in that time, but that's a great movie, Body Parts. Suede Persuade. Hey, Planet CHH. I want to ask if I got the Rob Zombie Walmart exclusive steelbook, but I want to know what box set by Rob Zombie that features the Michael Lives documentary, please. So I don't think that steelbook actually has that. What you want is the 2-disc. You either want the 3-disc DVD release or you want the 2-disc Rob Zombie's Halloween Blu-ray. Suede, message me on Instagram. If you're not on there, if you're on Facebook, go find me at Planet CHH, and I will make sure I DM you the actual link to the release that you'll have that. So look me up on Planet CHH on X, Facebook, or Instagram. Message me. I'll make sure I get you the right link. It somewhat kind of has. So what happened was a few years ago, Germany was going to release a Blu-ray of it, and they ended up releasing the DVD, but they canceled the Blu-ray. Now in America, I don't know. I don't know. It's all tied up in legal stuff, Boogan. All of it's tied up in legal crap, from what I've been told. Quick Terminator franchise ranking. Terminator 2 is the best. I like Terminator T2, then T1. Uh, Salvation, I didn't hate Salvation. I saw it at the theater. I'd say Salvation next, then T3, then Genesis, then Dark Fate, then Genesis. I hate Genesis. John Candy is an absolute legend in the game. John Candy's best movie to me was his lead role in The Great Outdoors. He was so good in that, and I don't think Aykroyd still gets the credit. I think Aykroyd is a comedic genius. He knows exactly how to fit into movies and how to add to a. If somebody's starring in a movie, he knows how to be their catalyst. He's so good. But anyway. So all the movies you love, Uncle Buck, The Great Outdoors, Big Trouble, Nothing But Trouble, Legend. Are you kidding me? I think Great Outdoors is my favorite though. Well, it just is what it is. It's not. I appreciate that, Bavinsky, but what it really is I've been on YouTube for so long. I've tried to play it one way. I've tried to play it the other way. Then I realized if you're gonna get people disagreeing with you or giving you shit in your comments when you're trying to be overly positive, or if you get people disagreeing with you and giving you shit when you try to be overly negative, if you just be honest, then at least you don't have to be upset at yourself when you get disagreements or people giving you shit back, because at least you're just being honest with yourself. So it's harder when you try to put on and then people give you shit. So just be real. I learned that a long time ago, Bavinsky, but I do appreciate that. Very, very cool. Yeah, and then he did Vampire in Brooklyn. So what it is, Matt, is I urge you to go check out the video I did, Matt, called Horror's Most Mysterious DVD. It did really good on my channel, got over 70,000 views. It is all about what you just asked. It was French, not Spanish, but the story on that video is remarkable, Matt. I really think you'll enjoy that video. It's called, just type in Planet CHH Horror's Most Mysterious DVD. It's all about that Return of the Living Dead 2 DVD. I went CoffeeZilla on that release. I really think you'll dig that. I'm not, because I got the standard release for Krampus when it came out, the 4K slipcover version. I got that when it came out a few years ago. I think Johnny's fine. Nothing great, nothing bad. He's fine. He blends in with the rest of the cast, acting quality wise. A little bit of a hockey fan, yeah, a little bit. I typically like a few teams. I like the New York Rangers. I like the Blackhawks, and my wife's a bigger fan. She loves the Nashville Predators. My favorite player is Sidney Crosby because I love villains. So I don't watch as much as I have been. I haven't been watching as much as I'd like to, Swade, but I am a hockey fan. Yeah. What Alice Cooper album should I start with? Sensational question. I implore you to listen to Constrictor top to bottom, and then do the comeback era. Do Constrictor, then Raise Your Fish and Yell, then Trash, his multi-platinum comeback record, and then do Hey Stupid, which is one of the best records of all time. Well, there you have it. Look at that. Don says he's giving it a shot, but he gave it up. He gave up drinking too. Don, I'm not a big drinker either myself. I do like a hard cider though, man. I'll tell you, I get those Angry Orchards every now and again, and they're great. But the problem is they're so good and they taste so, sweet that you don't even think you're drinking alcohol, and you got to be careful with that. Luckily, I don't have a problem, but I do enjoy a good hard cider. Oh, I'm sorry. It just slipped my mind. Of course, planes, trains. It just, it slipped right past me. I apologize. Rangers rule. All right, guys. So listen, I never like to overstay my welcome. We're about to do, and I do apologize. I've missed a lot of comments tonight, but you guys were very intense tonight, which is awesome. We're gonna do rapid round. We're gonna go a few more minutes. Rapid round. I'm scrolling to the very bottom of the comments. Rapid round. Let's go. What are your thoughts on the movie The Lighthouse? Liked it a lot, but not a movie I ever have much desire to revisit. So like it, but that's about it. Simon's Quest or Friday the 13th on soundtrack edition. Ooh, very tough. Bloody Tears is a masterpiece, but I also love Friday the 13th. I'm gonna go Friday, but just by that much. Just by that much. I love that. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate everybody stopping by. When are you dropping the new ROTLD2 record on CHH Radio? I did drop the theme on Radio CHH already. I also just dropped the Tube song today, Out of Control from the Heavenly Body soundtrack. So go check that out. What are your thoughts on In a Violent Nature 2? I don't know, man. It's like my gut instinct is doing a sequel again might take away the magic of doing something unique, because then you're doing it again, which makes it not necessarily unique. But if they do something different, or if they just genuinely make it good and suspenseful, like I thought the first one was, then I guess I got nothing to complain about. I did enjoy the movie, so I will check it out. You know, that's all I can really say for now until I see it. Shamrock says, pretty crazy how comedians go at times. Some new comedians are good, but nothing touches Candy, Chase, Belushi. Well, I think what Chase did is a dead art form today, Shamrock. Chase was a physical comedian. In his movies, on TV, he was a physical comedian, and that's gone. I don't see any of that anymore. Candy, in terms of stand-up today, there's a few guys I really like. I do like Tim Dillon quite a lot. I think Tim is very funny. I'll like Bill Burr one day, then I'm annoyed as hell by Bill Burr the next day. But then again, that's his personality is so angry all the time. So maybe it just depends on my mood. But I think there are good comedians out there. Like I watched Joe Rogan's special that he had come out earlier, like a couple months ago. I just thought it was so bad. But A Real Hero with Tim Dillon, I thought was one of my favorite stand-up specials I'd ever heard. I think Tim Dillon is really funny. He's probably my favorite today. Love Tim Dillon. I couldn't. I can only see Jim doing it. Clown House is a tough one, man. Yes, I've seen it. I saw the movie Clown House before knowing anything, and I thought the movie was pretty good, but it's really difficult because, you know, there is separating the art from the artist, and I have every bit of respect for people that do that. But Clown House is like, I don't know how much more you could push it than that, you know. And no judgment if you say I still like the movie, but to me, it's just like I really can't go back and watch it. It's just tough because like you're seeing a kid that went through hell behind the scenes in the movie. So I haven't seen Clown House in a number of years, probably since 2013, and I don't know that I don't have any plans to revisit it anytime soon. So I can't really comment too much on how good the movie is. I remembered it being pretty good, though. I did remember it being pretty good. I have not, Aaron. I have not. Teenage. We're gonna stream that soon. I have the game. I'm getting a little bit better. That way I don't embarrass myself, but we are. Melts drop tomorrow at, I think we're going to do 5 p.m. But Akeem, don't worry. I'll shoot you a message a little bit before it drops just to let you know. Guys, listen, tomorrow you need a candles. Please be following our Instagram, guys. We have got these insanely cool, gorgeous Vampire's Kiss Nick Cage candles that actually have mouth fangs on top of the candle. They are gorgeous. Then we have the Mutilator melts. We've got Dream Warriors melts. And Creepshow 2 melts. It's going to be pandemonium tomorrow. Please be ready for that tomorrow, guys. Rondo Blood's fantastic. I can't argue that. I think there's a few answers you could give. For me, I think the best is probably Castlevania 2. I really think it's Castlevania 2. I think Bloody Tears is a masterpiece. I'm going to rewatch that again, Dave, because a lot of people disagree with me on that. They were like, they thought I was way too harsh on Salem's Lot. A lot of people thought I was way too harsh on it. And while I didn't enjoy the movie that much, I will definitely give it a fresh set of eyes in a few weeks. I will go back and watch that again. Brody, welcome. Always love to see Australia folks in the show. Well, like I said, yeah, Tim Dillon. Session 9. Great question. Session 9. Go watch my review I did for the second site release. I talk all about that, Dustin. Session 9. You must have saw my Instagram story. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Clown House is like, you can't push it any more than Clown House. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I have that release, Quietly Games. I have it. I reviewed it. It's a great release. Part 3 is okay. I thought Ginger Snaps 2 was actually pretty damn good. I think the first one's the best, but I thought 2 was really good. So there you have that. Thousand pages of court proceedings. Y'all are wrong for that. Oh man. I have Scarecrows from 88. It's not an underrated gem per se. It's a fun little watch. I have the 88 films Blu-ray of that. Yeah. I have not played Clock Tower. All right, guys, we're going to do 3 more questions. I'm going to drop them now. Any kind of question you want, drop it, ask it. We're going to do 3 more questions. I had a great time tonight. I want to give a shout out to the super chatters, Shamrock, Big K, Mr. Deadlights, Mountain Veteran, Horror Orman. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Like I said, I turn ads off while we're live. That way the show doesn't interrupt. So I do appreciate the super chats. Never feel obligated, but it goes right back into the channel. So I definitely appreciate you guys. Meaning of life. I think the meaning of life is... I'll answer the question. I think the meaning of life could be somewhat subjective. I tell you what the meaning of life is to me. Making a difference in people's lives. Putting good into the world. Fostering relationships. And doing things that make you happy, man. I mean, truly doing things that make you happy. Which is kind of like an open-ended thing, because a lot of things can make you happy as long as it's legal. The Retro Realm stream will be soon. I got to practice a little bit. I don't want to embarrass myself. This week, maybe tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. Remind me, message me tomorrow, and I'll do it tomorrow. Fuck it. I'm going to film that tonight, Brody. Tomorrow's video will be a physical media news video, and we're talking about that. So please turn notifications on and watch tomorrow's video. I'll answer a few. Do I believe in heaven or hell? I'll tell you what. This is God's honest truth. I was raised Catholic, and I'm not a big Bible person. I can't say I've read the Bible top to bottom. I'd like to believe that there is someone out there looking out for us, that it has the power of giving us some sort of life after death, whether it be reincarnation or, just some sort of fulfillment once we leave this earth, whether we're a spirit or whatever. And I just do. I'm not. I don't really go to church because I have some problems with churches. The stuff that I saw when I moved up to the Bible Belt, how much business it is, and how to me some of it just seems ass backwards. So I'm not really a big church person, and plus, some of the most judgmental people I've ever met in my life wear a suit and tie, and every Sunday they're, you know, they're sitting in church. But do I believe there's a heaven and a hell? I don't know. I don't know that there's a. I don't know if there's a hell, right? I don't know. I don't know if there's a heaven either. I live and really hope and pray that there is, though. I'll tell you, because I fear death. I fear the idea of what happens when I do die. It does scare me. This is the kind of stuff I think about at night. I can't even lie to you. But I really have a lot of optimism about my faith. I really do. I don't press it on people. I don't talk about it a whole lot. But I have a lot of optimism that there is a God that truly loves every one of us. And it's beyond comprehension of what we can really explain, especially the people that try to preach to you. What do they know more than me? What do they know more than you? Nothing. They don't. There's no way. I really think that it's beyond our comprehension. And I have a lot of optimism about that. So there's your answer. Favorite movie of 2024 is VHS Beyond. I really loved VHS Beyond. Yes, I'm ordering Creep Second Sight. Not right now because he's sick as a dog. I don't mess with those. Thank you so much, Johnny. I appreciate that. No, I have not looked at my DMs or my text messages all day, Quentin. I have not. I apologize. Sing me a song, you're a sinner. Don't get me started. Anybody that's a diehard Planet CHH fan knows the second Black Sabbath gets mentioned, I go on a Tony Martin rant and how Ozzy is the worst singer of Black Sabbath. But I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm going to behave. I'm going to behave. My favorite CHH moments is defending what isn't overrated, and it's just common sense. Last night's vid was full. Oh, yeah, that was a fun show last night. I had a good time on that. I got it. Yesterday, Justin, my buddy Justin, sent me something about that. I got to check that out. So, listen, guys, God bless every one of y'all. I had such a great time tonight. I'm sorry that the fight wasn't fun, but I hope us communicating and getting together tonight made it a little bit better. Again, I appreciate the super chats, guys. Goes right back into the channel. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna do some cleaning tonight. I gotta film the physical media news video for tomorrow. We're gonna talk about Umbrella. We're gonna talk about Severin. We're gonna talk about Vinegar Syndrome stuff. So be ready for that. And what else is going on? Terminator will be out Monday. Patrons will be able to witness that video probably tomorrow night. When I go to watch it tomorrow, I may take it easy tonight, kind of relax. I got to calm down a little bit. But thank you guys for hanging out. Really, thank y'all for hanging out. I really appreciate every one of y'all. Guys, we're at 30. I'll say this before we go. I've had to really kind of step up my game a little bit because my sub count was doing really good. And I was crushing out the shorts and stuff. And I noticed my shorts were not doing that well anymore. And I stopped and I said to myself, maybe I'm kind of getting a little bit too much into a rhythm and not really stopping and saying, is this good? So I've kind of stopped. And over the last week or so, I've said, let's really make the shorts more interesting. Let's make them have better titles. Let's make them be more visually appealing. So I've changed the editing on the shorts, and I've worked on that, and we're getting back on track. So we're less than 500 away from 32,000 subs, which I'm excited about. I think we're going to get there soon. We're going to keep growing this thing and keep greasing these wheels. But I'm having so much fun with the shorts. I personally think I'm doing my best work there. My videos, I like my videos, but I think my best work is my shorts right now. I think those have been I think that over the last week, my shorts have been on the money. So guys, if you're not checking those out, give me a shot on the short section. I really think you'll dig them. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless you guys. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid. If you drink, get somebody to come pick you up. All that good stuff. Enjoy your physical media. God bless you guys. And I'll see y'all next time. Take care.